Maybe in brief, can you share
Yes.
with me your major issues that you are pushing as students?
Our
Why
major
are you here?
our major issue is very, it's not even broad aspect. What we just want is the minister, Honorable Matema, to respect our right to education. All we want is teachers to come back. They should have a dialogue because Zimta has been pushing for a dialogue with the government, but then government is not responding, frankly. So we as children are saying that we have to play a part because we cannot say that the teachers board or the concerns of teachers are what are their own because it's affecting us. This is affecting us. And the honorable minister said that we're going to write examination this year, of which we're saying that we cannot write this year because ever since last year, teachers have been on go strike. And then this year there's COVID. And then right now there's strike. We're saying that if there are about 13 constituencies, they are students, whereas they do not even have textbooks. They rely on a teacher to write notes on them on the board, to take notes for them to even have anything to read. So how can that child, when we're saying that teachers have been on gone slow, they never learned anything? And then this year there's COVID, and then right now it's strike. How can a child be capacitated to write an examination? It does not make sense to us. That's why we are here, and we are appealing to Honorable Matema and His Excellency, Commander in Chief of the Defense Forces, for he said that the voice of the people is the voice of God. Henceforth, the children of Zimbabwe are speaking loud and clear. We're saying we're not ready for an examination, and we're saying that we want our we're supposed to talk to them because they cannot ignore the grievances of the teacher. The government is there to address the problems of its civil servants. Henceforth, it's supposed to do something. As children, we are suffering and we cannot write an examination because we are incapacitated. That is our biggest agenda. With nothing else, we don't even have anything. We as junior parliament, we're actually a bisector of the government. We actually feed into what to youth council. Henceforth, we are part of the government. So we cannot say that we are against the government, for we are the government. So we are standing in for children. That's all we're doing because that's our mandate. We've been elected in different provinces. We cannot just stand and bear the children just crying and then let's just say that we are for the government, so henceforth we're not going to do anything. No, we're not going to do that. We are leaders.
So if you don't get to write your examinations now, when do you write them?
So we cannot say that we are against the government, for we are the government. So we are standing in for children. That's all we're doing because that's our mandate. We've been elected in different provinces. We cannot just stand and bear the children just crying and then let's just say that we are for the government, so henceforth we're not going to do anything. No, we're not going to do that. We are leaders.
So if you don't get to write your examinations now, when do you write them?
So we are standing in for children. That's all we're doing because that's our mandate. We've been elected in different provinces. We cannot just stand and bear the children just crying and then let's just say that we are for the government, so henceforth we're not going to do anything. No, we're not going to do that. We are leaders.
So if you don't get to write
Where we had a dialogue with the senior portfolio education, which led by Priscilla Msiarambwe. We stated that children are not capacitated to write examinations ever since June up until right now. But then the government had to go on with the agenda while these children did not even want to write examinations in June. So we're saying that we cannot be forced because it's our right to be heard. It's our right to what? To education. It's our right to express our thoughts and our feelings. We're saying that we're not capacitated to write this year. There are many factors. We're the replica of the senior parliament. I myself was the replica of Honorable Mdenda, Advocate Mdenda. So henceforth, how can we go against the government when we are the government? All we just want is for them to address it.
Here for the demonstration.
Okay, ma'am, we've come here to talk to our parents, being the head people who are governing our education system. The issue is that when we began our school term, there were no teachers attending. These being zote kuti avasupa mari dzavo dzakuti dzakwana tikataura maticha mukudikira mutibatsirawo kunge tichizonyora pakudzidza kwedu tikave masyllabus vari kuedza but nenawo mari dzavari kupiwa havasi kwanisa kunge vari sei vachiuya. So isi takagara pasi nema-MPs edu tikakumboti majunior MPs basa renyu ngari iswe into action. You need to help us. Tiona vabereki vedu vari kuchi kuministry asati anga tinyore tsamba timbovataurira hongu takanyora tsamba but we did not see any response. And some of the responses we got, they were very discouraging. Then we thought, I think it is best we take our placards and we go to the streets. Hence, they'll see that we are actually serious. December manage and sugar out for our December examinations. Yes, COVID came here, but that's not justified. Kutingati boys yakauya sakazope zakadaro. There has to be a plan that has to be made for Batianyora. Could grade as Batsire. I cannot get 15 points. Whereas nani masikist? I have to get what I deserve. Yes, please quote, there is nothing political about this. It is I strictly say it is not political. It is social educational. So baba tibatireo tukunyora as we need your help. Boss, this is now hard. We can't live like this. Everyone is concerned. Thank you.
You say your responses are not one that they were disheartening. What were they saying?
Ukakanda tsamba, then you get no response. That is a response. And no response is a response, but it is hidden. It shows good. Not much value into it. It's a very responsive, very more serious than the one in speech. There was a response that was very heartbreaking. Many children want to come today, but because both of their anger and their outrage, without having being provided everything, where to stop them? But I tell you, ma'am, this is something really very heartbreaking and very painful to us. Everyone is hurt here.
When did you take the first petition?
The first petition, I think it was a week after Sanga Kuvra Skoro. And a week after Sanga Kuvra Skoro, we wrote a very respectful letter, Shikumbira, and action, but nothing was taken. We're tired.
We are tired of writing petitions. We cannot rewrite the petitions when we are getting no responses. We need replies. We need to know what the government is planning for us, because we need our education for the betterment of our lives as students. We need equal education before we start writing exams. December is very near, but we need to be prepared. Yes, of course, the COVID affected everyone, but that is not the point where the government is giving a cold shoulder to the teachers, to the students, because the teachers themselves are neglecting to come to school. So as students, we are attending teacherless schools. For what reasons? So we are not blaming the government. We are not blaming the teachers, but we are actually pleading for our honorable members, for our ministers, for those in possession, to do something so that we can get our education for the betterment of our development of this country.
Otherwise, are you a member of parliament?
Right now, I'm not, because I'm a lower 6 student, but because I have the passion of becoming an MP. I've got my mentor Ryan Mugai, so he was my mentor all along when during the beginning of the COVID. So I'm in line right now, but I'm not yet an MP at my school.
No, that's fine. All right. So has anyone gone in there to speak to the responsible authorities, or you're just pitching here hoping that someone will come out?
We did. Ryan Mugari did. He went to speak those in the highest possessions, but he said we did not get replies when we submitted our petitions. So by that we decided that we should come in person or we should be seen in the streets with our placards marching, so that we can exhibit the seriousness of students. We are on behalf of other students. We need to demonstrate. Exactly. And my name is Richard Charlie from Terence Siso High School, from Gormon's constituency.
Whenever I met the urban minister, yes. So we just petitioned, and the ZYCA, they sent a letter. I think it was in September. Then it was replied in October. This means they are not even taking our issue seriously. Children, they are crying. They don't have new curriculum books, and they cannot even afford online learning. So that's why we are here. So those who think that we have been sent by political parties or the West, that is a destitute of common sense. It is a piece of sublime mysticism of nonsense. Who stand for the children of Zimbabwe? So right now, Mr. Speaker, sir, please can you go and submit?
Yes, even those who stay at remote areas, they are inaccessible or inaccessible with the online learning. Some of us may be accessible. What about those in the villages, in the remote areas? We need the equilibrium of education right here. So this is why we decided to come to the parliament. We decided to march in the streets, raising our placards, because we want to exhibit our seriousness, so that the government will offer a serious consideration to the better education of the children. We need our education. No teachers, no learning, and there is no exam. That is why we are here.
Mwana sikachema anofira mberi tikaramba tichema tichingomunyikidzwa tiri muhomwe zvezvinotaurwa navakuru kuti mwana sikachema anofira mberi. Vakawanda vakagara mumarural areas ndokune most population yeschools, but havasi kudzidza, havasi kunyora maexam. Teachers are not attending schools. Vana tingogara tirimo, tingoswera tingotamba, but the government is not replying. Akawanda mapetition akaiswa, but the government is not replying since September. But we are here now. We are towards November, the last month. No one is preparing. We don't have teachers. We did not finish the syllabus, but they say we are going to write for what? We don't have teachers. Tukunyorei, abacha tukuziva. Kuratiza lesson. Every Friday shanga chimira tiratidzira. The government yone titachema tarwadzwa nazo.
Myself, only myself, and for the key.
Kana mimi makuda kuti nyima dzidzo yedu aiwa tinouya pano musachishano wega wega tenge tiripo anditi tanete sister chema anditi our lives matter tisaone chikoro anditi
the age of 18, but I want to be sued for doing the right thing. Because I cannot let not even the government, not even the teachers, I cannot let anything provoke or violate my right, education to right. Even the Section 81 of the Second Republic of Zimbabwe, it supports the right of education for each and every student, each and every child. So I'm here today, the first phase, that we are playing with our highest authorities, or the consideration consciously and seriously, a VGI constantly, not ignoring us, not ignoring our petitions. We signed so many petitions from different constituencies, but they offered us a blind eye. No.
Just a minute, can I take a picture? All right, so we're seeing the student leaders right here at the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education Head Office. handing in their petition. It reads, "We as the student board, we are tired. Please recognize our section 8. We are tired, Honorable Minister, hear us." So the students' request is very simple. Give us and honor our right to education. This is Yvonne Mchaka reporting for Zim Daily. Have a wonderful afternoon. Over back to the studio.